All right. Hey, everyone. It is Wednesday, June 24th. If you've been watching, keeping up with what social media today, then you obviously know that Rockstar Games has officially released the official information on the pre-order of Grand Theft Auto 6 and everything. So that's basically what I wanted to make this video on. Basically, the all the controversy and stuff that's like been happening with all the information that's been released today. So that's basically what we're going to discuss today. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so it's finally happening. Um, Basically, after a decade of waiting, Grand Theft Auto 6 is finally up for pre-order, and the price here, at least for the standard edition, is $80. But here's the kicker about it, and I need you to sit down for this if you're not already. If you buy if you buy the quote unquote physical edition, you are going to get a disc. So that's right. So basically, for $79.99 or a whopping $99.99 for the Ultimate Edition, you are basically buying a plastic box with a piece of paper inside. So Rockstar is essentially selling you a download code in a fancy sleeve. So if this is true, then you're probably wondering, so what's going on here? Is this going to be the end of physical media? And why are, some retailers absolutely refusing to sell it? All right, so let's just look at the facts here. Today, Rockstar confirmed that the physical version of Grand Theft Auto 6 will not come with the Blu-ray disc. Instead, you are going to get a code to redeem on the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store if you buy it on Xbox. So basically, industry analyst Matt Piscatella had pointed out that this decision actually makes sense for retailers catering to the digital only console crowd, since 52% of Xbox Series and 27% of PS5s sold did not even have a disk drive. But let's be real. This isn't about convenience. This is about control. It is 1,000% about control. So analysts like Chris Dring have noted that by skipping the disc, Rockstar is completely killing the secondhand market. By that meaning you can't trade it in a GameStop, you can't lend it to a friend, you are basically locked into their ecosystem. It also massively reduces the risks of leaks. Basically saying if no discs are being shipped to stores early, nobody can break the street date and spoil the story. And on that note, I think that what they're trying to do, I really think that ultimately it's not going to matter, because even like if there's no like physical disc, it's still like making a digital release. I still believe that people are going to find a way to get access to this game, even though it's digital, and start playing the game, rush through the story and everything, um, record or screenshot major story beats, spoilers like major character deaths and the end of the game and everything, just so they can post it online and uh, posting online spoilers and everything to spoil people just to be massive scumbags and stuff. So I think ultimately this is just going to be a massive waste of time. I don't know, I could be wrong and everything, but we'll just have to wait and see. All right, but this is where things are starting to get interesting. Rockstar thought that they could just put a box on shelves and call it a day, but this is the thing. Some of the retailers out here, they're not having it. So, Video Games Plus, which is a retailer that has been in this business for almost 40 years, they are flat out refusing to stock this video game. They said, quote unquote, one of our policies has always been to refuse carrying physical games that only contain a download code. Another retailer, Lootbox Gaming, they also echoed that same sentiment, saying that they started their business out of the quote unquote love for the preservation of said media, and they absolutely refuse to sell empty boxes to their customers, which I think is good. That's really good for them. They're actually actually fighting on us. They're on our side. Um, so yes, this is a big deal. Grand Theft Auto is the biggest franchise in the world, and a store or like some stores, they are voluntarily choosing to miss out on quite literally the biggest launch of the year because they refuse to compromise their principles. It is a powerful stance against what the Verge is calling a worrying sign for the future of physical games. All right, now let's talk about like one of the bigger things about the controversy here, the price. Um, $80 is what they're seemingly trying to make the new standard, at least for Rockstar. But while the price might be lower than what the rumored $100 base price is for the Ultimate Edition, this is where the greed is really starting to shine. So, to elaborate further, the Ultimate Edition consists of $100 and locks specific in-game shops behind the paywall. So, what that means, we're talking about, salons for changing your hair, streetwear stores, and tattoo shops. Polygon also pointed out that this is going to trigger major FOMO, and I believe a top comment on Reddit said that after everything Rockstar did to milk GTA 5, I expected some BS, but this honestly eclipses anything that I could have ever dreamed of. Um, so you're most likely wondering, what is this all going to mean? So for the vast majority of you, you'll probably just buy the digital version anyway. Industry analysts are predicting that despite the lack of a disc and the high price, people will accept it's GTA. And unfortunately, there is some truth to that statement. There is still a lot of massive fanboys who are absolutely still going to buy this game, no matter whether it has a physical release or if it's like all digital and everything. And despite the price as well, like there are people that are absolutely still going to buy it. But here's the problem with it. If Grand Theft Auto 6, the biggest game in history, can get away with selling an empty box for $80, what's going to stop, every other publisher from doing the same? This isn't just a GTA problem, it's going to set a precedent. The retailers are, some two retailers are fighting back, but they are the minority. And on that note, it's a dangerous precedent because um, if other retailers are going to see that GTA 6 is priced at standard of $80 and Ultimate Edition $100 and everything, and it's still selling like hotcakes, it's selling millions of copies and everything. These other retailers are going to foolishly think that if Rockstar is their game's $80 and they're doing well, why don't we try that? We should be able to get away with it too. That's not going to work. That's absolutely not going to work. Any other retailer that thinking they're big and massive, like Rockstar Games with Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Legend of Zelda, those other massive titans of games and everything, it's not going to work. If they try that, their game is going to flop. It's going to flop hard. And that's why this whole precedent is like that they're trying to set is like so dangerous and everything. It's going to cause massive damage throughout the industry. Um, so basically, there is currently no official. Right now is me as of me making this video and everything. And this obviously after this video goes up, it obviously could change or whatever. But right now, as I'm making this video, there is no proper disc version that's going to be coming. So basically, if you buy that quote unquote physical copy, just remember, you're paying $80 for a receipt, a fancy box, and a piece of paper. So, yeah, that's some of the news that we have right now and everything. I have to say, like, it's quite disappointing for me because I'm a massive supporter of physical media. Me, I want people and like everyone else around here to actually own their media that they buy and everything. And if you buy it digitally and stuff, you don't really own it. That's not something you really own. You're just buying a license that absolutely can be revoked whenever whenever the corporation sees fit and everything. And it's really unfortunate because a lot of people, they're not really understanding like how dangerous and that president is going to be. Like looking online, like some of the things I've said. So like someone said, like if you're banned from your PSN account, you lose all access to purchases. Like like you only buy digital games. It's like, are you really going to be fine like buying all those games bought over almost 10 years ago again? Yeah, most likely not going to be. Most likely won't be happy with that. Like someone else here said, 90% of gamers buy their games digitally. So basically, convenience is great until a game gets delisted, servers get shut down, or you lose access to something that you paid for. Then all of a sudden, everyone starts talking about game preservation and worship. As someone who buys most of my games physically, watching the industry move further and further toward a digital future is really heartbreaking. And I have to agree. Things are really, really, really starting to get scary out there when it comes to the gaming industry. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like some of the people who think like this stuff is okay, who think really nothing of it, and everything. I feel like those same people, they're not going to realize why this is bad until like it's either like too late or till it like starts affecting them and stuff, where they start you know losing access to all their digital media that they bought over the years and everything. They can't access it, they can't play it, they can't do anything with it. It's basically just a paperweight and everything. They lost their money. I feel like only then will they finally like come to their senses and realize why this is bad, and like why this president is so dangerous. And I suppose I'll end up this video with this. It's kind of crazy because all of these companies and corporations and the gaming industry, they've done over the this past console generation with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, they've become more and more and more uh, anti-consumer and stuff. They've been raising prices on video games and subscriptions and everything, while in return making things worse and worse, giving us less and less and everything. Basically just treating us like dirt and garbage and stuff. And it's kind of funny if you really think about it, because like us consumers and everything, we buy their stuff, we buy their games, the products and everything. We keep them in business. It's us. It's us keeping them in business and everything. And they're treating us like garbage. And if we all collectively came together and said, no, enough is enough, we're not dealing with this anymore, we're unplugging, we're boycotting, say we're we're not buying, we're not buying these games anymore until they come to their senses and everything. If every single one of us all collectively came together and said no to all of this, then these corporations and stuff, they would have no choice but to come to their senses and start being more consumer friendly to us. And most likely you're going to get people online in the comments saying oh, that's never gonna happen. People have no self-control. They want things and they want them now and stuff. And to that I'd say, Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's a good chance that's not going to happen. But I don't know. There's a possibility. There's a possibility. I think there's a possibility that it will, that it could happen and stuff if things get bad enough to the point where every single person says, okay, that's it. Enough is enough. I've had enough and everything. And then start pushing back. I don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully it happens sooner than later. But first point still stands. That can't happen. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed the video.